Have you got a Woody? Have you got a Woody? A red hot Woody, Woody wood fire oven. Yes, I got a Woody. Yes, I got a Woody.
Welcome back to Tom's Kitchen, and today we're out here with Henry, and Henry is building his slab. He's getting the slab ready for his oven. And Henry, what were you doing? How did you make this slab?
Okay, what we did first, Tom, is we worked out the dimensions of the slab, and this slab here is 2.4 metres long by 1.4 metre wide.
I'll just bring the camera down to it.
And by 100 mil thick.
Oh.
And so we worked out the dimensions, and that worked out to about 38 bags of pre-mixed concrete. I went and bought a concrete mixer because I'm going to need it all through this process for $370, and the cement worked out roughly at about $180. So bought a bit of Rio bar for about $60, laid it all in. As you can see, we did a bit of formwork, and it took us about 3 hours, two of us, to lay this slab.
Oh my God, you did it very well. That was very fast.
Yeah, it was. Now we'll leave that for a week to cure, and then we'll go back to, and as you can see, I've already got the blocks there.
Oh yes, the blocks over here.
And as you can see, in a week's time, I'll lay the first 3 layers of blocks, and then I'll put the lintels in, and then I'll actually work out how the pizza oven's going to sit on the...
They are limestone blocks, Henry, are they?
They're limestone blocks, cost roughly about $3.50 each, Tom, down here from Remmerstone in River Lake.
All right.
And yeah, in a week's time we'll be ready to go for the next phase.
And Henry, are you going to use the patio tubing the way we do it for the framing?
Similar.
Similar, okay.
The principle's going to be the same, but because this will have actually the wood to be stored in the front, just in the front.
All
there.
right, yep.
The back is going to be also a storage area, and you won't be able to see that.
Right.
So it'll be
and that's your cellar that there at the back that you walk down.
I'm actually using the oven as a kind of rail, so people don't fall into the steps for the cellar. So that's worked out quite well.
Fantastic. Oh, that's great, Henry. What we'll do is we'll come back when you're building when you've got some of the block work done. We'll come back and we'll take another shot of video, okay?
Yeah, love to have you, Tom.
And thanks for that. Thank you.
Good on you.
And here we're back at Henry's place, and Henry doesn't know we're coming today, so we're going to surprise Henry, and hopefully we get him building the block work, but I'm not sure what he's doing. We'll see how we go. And I'm just going to check now is Henry building his oven. But Mary's here, his wife. Mary, is he building the oven?
Yes, he is.
Yes? Oh, and
Yes.
we'll sneak in on him. What do you reckon?
Yes,
Okay.
good idea. He doesn't know you're here anyway. Here you go.
Henry!
Hey, Tom, how are you?
You're building the oven. You knew we were coming, but you didn't know we were bringing the camera around, did you?
Finally caught me working. How are you? Good to see you.
You didn't know we were bringing the camera, did you?
I shortened the trip. How are you?
So, oh my God, this looks very good. What have you? You have different compartments here. What are you doing here?
Well, I started this morning, and as our last talk, we first had the cement pad down, and
Right.
then we talked about building the block. I've chosen these sandstone blocks because they're easy, and if you want to make a couple of mistakes, they're easy to cover up on these as well, rather than perfect brickwork.
Henry, we don't want any mistakes.
No, of course not.
We don't want any cover-ups. It's a very important piece of it, okay?
Of course not. So what's happened is I started this morning about 7 o'clock, started laying the blocks. First I had to get the first few blocks level and angled, and that's it. One of the problems that I did come across was the blocks are very heavy and they sink. That means that squashes the cement out and get different levels. We've overcome this by putting wooden blocks at 20 mil, which is a good distance, so you just put one in like that. I'll just lay a block now to show you how effective it is. And there, the cement is obviously proud.
But Henry, this looks very professional, what you've been doing here.
Well, it's the first time round, Tom. So
This is the first time you've laid
yeah,
blocks.
I'm a novice at this, so...
Well, okay, I believe you because I think you're an honest man, but other than that, I would find it hard to believe because that looks very, very, very professional.
And there you go. And that gives you your perfect levels.
Look at that.
And all you've got to do is do it by eye.
Gee, that's a fantastic idea for people who are doing their own, Henry, to know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you just fill in the joints.
Yep, well the joints are already, as you can see, the cement is proud, so it's stuck on underneath. And then you just fill in the gaps. And the beauty of this sandstone stuff is you don't have to get your gaps perfect until the end. As you can see on the gaps in there, so long as they're all cemented together, then the last thing you do is go and fill in all the gaps. Okay, so you can see I've done a bit at the front where I finished that off. That's the end product, but that's what it's like when you first lay it.
Oh, very good. And you did this all this morning?
All this morning, yeah.
Oh, wow.
All this morning. Once you've set out your measurements, you just go ahead.
But Henry, if you've done it for the first time, and then anybody can do it. It's only,
We hope.
what do you have, 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, about 6 hours today, wasn't it, Mary? So yeah, it did about 6 hours.
But Mary was probably the one that was doing all the work behind the scenes, and
She was.
she didn't say anything, eh? Well, Henry, that's fantastic. You're doing an absolutely fantastic job. What we'll do is we'll come back when you start building the oven,
Absolutely.
and we'll see how good you are at building the oven.
Well,
Because
the tricky part now, obviously, is to get the oven, get the thing set up for the oven.
Yes.
So that's to put in your steel bars and everything like that. So,
where the oven is going actually on this one here, is it?
well, what's going to happen is it's going to be all one level at the top, with the oven protruding out of the middle. So the oven will be wider than that, about
Oh, I see what you're doing now.
there. And
Yes.
so it's one flat top.
Right.
So how we set out the steel work and the framework to actually receive the oven
Right.
will be probably on the next thing round. So I'll get this up to a level and get all the steel work ready, and perhaps then you want to come round and we can show you viewers exactly how to set up the steel work.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, that'd be great. Because a lot of people, I find a lot of people struggle with this section here. They think it's a far bigger job than it really is, and you're proving that it's not a big job at all.
No, not at all. I mean, if you're a little bit handyman inclined, it's good. Even a novice, if he takes his time, can pattern through it. And it doesn't have to be as big as this.
But where did you get your expertise from? You were a general engineer in...
Not at all.
You told me you were.
No. I'm a museum manager, so, so I certainly haven't got the hands
Well,
on
a museum manager certainly can do a good job laying blocks, that's all I can say. Well, Henry, we'll come back when you're doing the steel work. Thanks very much, and we'll see you very soon. Okay, thank
Thanks
you.
a lot, Tom. Cheers. Good on you, Sean. Hi guys, well here we are, we're now on day 4 of my pizza oven build, and so far we've managed to lay the concrete slab, we've managed to put up the base of the pizza oven out of this sandstone block, and now what I've done over the last day is to fit out the steel structure in order so we can put hardy board on top of this and able then to put the pizza oven on top. If you have a look at the structure as it's formed out cost me around about $160 for all the steel, and that was brand new. What we've done here is also put steel supports on internal walls, so that it really gives it a lot of support and there'll be no chance of movement in the future. My next step in this process is to put the hardy board down, and then the next time you'll be seeing me when we actually start to build the pizza oven on the hardy board, and that'll be in day 5. So we'll see you then.
Have you got a Woody? Have you got a Woody? A red hot Woody wood fire oven. Yes, I got a Woody. Yes, I got a Woody. A red hot Woody wood fire oven. Yes, we got a Woody. Yes, we got a Woody. A red hot Woody from Woody wood fire oven.
We're back here at Henry's, and Henry has built the first stage of his oven, and you can see he's just at the render stage. And Henry, how long did it take you getting to this stage? How long did it take you building it?
Well, good day, Tom, and welcome back. Obviously, what we've done since the last time you were here, if you remember, we had all the metal struts across ready for putting the asbestos board down. I shouldn't say asbestos, hardy board, and there's 2 layers of that. And this morning I started about 9 o'clock and I started to do the first stage of the oven. And really, it was really quite simple. It was just laying everything out. Making
And
sure
you started all this at 9 o'clock this morning?
9 o'clock, and I finished about 2 o'clock this afternoon.
And you got to that stage, that's only about 4 hours.
4 to 5 hours, yep, and the whole idea is to prepare yourself for everything there, and obviously to prepare the base. Once you've got your base set up, it's just a matter of putting your bricks on there. Once they're all together, then it's just a matter of the chicken wire and rendering. Now, we'll leave this to dry for another 24 hours, and then tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, I'll be in there. I'll be putting the blanket over there. I'll be fitting the chimney. I'll also be putting the chicken wire on and putting the last bit of render. I plan to colour my render so it matches it with the decor.
Colour my world, eh?
Colour my and tomorrow should see the finished product.
Oh my God, tomorrow, finished.
Tomorrow day.
Oh, Henry, this is unbelievable. You're very anxious to get these pizzas going, aren't you?
Certainly am, yeah. I'm going to have a big pizza party with this already.
Are we invited?
Obviously.
Oh, well, that is absolutely, Henry, that is absolutely fantastic. I just cannot believe that you could get to that stage so quickly, and it looks really very straight, and it really looks very, I mean, you'd nearly think it was a finished product at the moment.
Absolutely. I think once after tomorrow we're going to leave it about a week, and then we're going to bed it in. We're going to fire it up, not cooking the pizzas, but just bed it in for a couple of times. Obviously we're going to go to one of your pizza demonstrations.
You're more than
so
welcome.
that we get that right, and that'll be this Wednesday, and after that we should be ready to go.
No worries at all. We're going to have a special demonstration night, so maybe you'd come to that as well, Henry.
I'll be there.
But you can cook on this, Henry, when you're drying it out. When you're doing your couple of little fires, you can actually cook on there. So
Is
you
that
don't
right?
you don't have to wait.
Yeah, I thought we'd just give it a go, see if we come up with any cracks or issues before we actually start doing the pizzas.
But that won't affect the food when you're cooking the food, so don't worry about that. If you want to cook something on it, do cook on it straight away.
We'll give it a trial out.
So we'll see you back when you're cooking on your oven then.
Absolutely, yeah. I'll see you
Thanks.
back tomorrow for the next stage.
Oh, good. Well, we'll be back.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you
Tom.
very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Here we are back at Henry's, and I believe Henry has made an absolutely wonderful creation. So we want to have a look at it, and here is the, oh my God, oh this is fantastic. Oh Henry, where are you? Here's Henry.
Here I am.
Oh my God, Henry, this is absolutely, but how are you?
Tom, hi, mate.
This
Very
is
good.
absolutely fantastic. Henry, what did you do all this yourself, or did you get professionals in to do this? Or
No. This is. If you remember last time you were here, Tom, we were about 3/4 of the way through, and it was just to spend another couple of days in of obviously painting, tiling, getting the bullnose, and obviously creating the mosaic. And I thought I would have real difficulty with the mosaic. I spent days running around everywhere, and the most easiest solution to it all was you just go down to the tile shop, and they actually sell these tiles on a matte finish. You just cut them out and create your own mosaic. That there was about $30 worth,
oh my goodness.
and took really about a couple of hours to do. So that was it.
And Henry, have you done mosaicing before?
Never. Again, it's something you need to do, and you have to learn quickly, obviously, when you're faced with a task like this.
And
but
what
it was
about,
easy.
What about your tiling here? Like, you must have done tiling before.
No, I haven't. This is the first attempt at tiling, and obviously once we'd got the cement board down and then got the oven in position, it was just then building this up and just making sure you're fairly flat. And you don't have to be perfect. It's an outside.
But that is perfect, Henry. I mean,
Well,
that is
a
perfect.
tiler wouldn't agree with you, but I reckon it's good enough anyhow. But it's created two workspaces.
And look at Henry, I love what you've done here with the bullnose. You've matched the limestone.
Because it came from the same place the limestone came from. They sell bullnose. So it's just a matter of going back, seeing the product they've got and buying them. These were about $4 or $5 each.
My goodness, Henry, that is very, very creative. Very, very creative. It's absolutely beautiful.
And what you've got storage space here. What have you?
Well, always the biggest problem is that I found with people who have pizza ovens is that they leave a space to throw all the wood in, and it's unsightly. Okay, so what I wanted to do was have a tidy kind of area. So I decided to create a door
oh, look at
on
that.
the racing, and that's where we store the wood.
Oh, fantastic.
And so you don't have this unsightly chunks of wood lying around everywhere, or in the middle.
And I see you've kept it up a block so it's rain.
I've raised it so no water can come in there.
Oh, brilliant.
So that's another little thing, and it's just a little clip in there. That then matches the back fence work.
It does as well.
So it's been a whole of a design thing, so to speak.
Well, all I can say, Henry, is this is unbelievable. I mean, I've been around a lot of ovens and seen a lot built, but for a first time, or from the tiling to the bullnose, to the lime, the stonework, limestone work, it's just fantastic.
the whole idea of this is that we just didn't want a pizza oven that you throw into the back of the garden. It has to blend in, so it has to become a part of the garden. So in designing this, although I designed it after I designed the garden, it had to match in with everything. That's why we used the limestone, that's why we used the colours. And if you stand back and look at it, everything starts to match in. We even repainted the wall so that you get, you know, this blend of colours that come in that terracotta type of Middle Eastern type of look, I suppose. And it certainly has worked in this case. Well, and as it ages, as you get the limestone blocks that have aged there, so will this age, and eventually they'll all look as part of it.
Well, I just love your outdoor, or shall we call it al fresco. I just love it, Henry. I think it's absolutely fantastic. And are we going to be invited around for pizza?
For sure. We've had it going a couple of times just to test it out. It does work good. What I was amazed was that we actually don't get a huge amount of smoke that comes out of the front. The flue actually picks up the smoke before it gets to the front of the oven and carries
Because
it
that's
out.
what your wife, Mary, was concerned about.
We had a pizza oven that we bought from Bunnings, a steel one, you know, and it was a smoker as well. But for the first 10 or 15 minutes, it used to smoke the place out. And this is why we went to this type of oven. And believe you me, we get minimum amount of smoke that comes out of the front. You get a little bit to be expected.
Oh yeah, when you
But,
first
and then
like
once
it.
it's heated up, it's just no smoke at all.
Oh, well, I'm
So,
delighted.
really good.
I'm delighted for that. Well, Henry, thank you very much, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for selling me the pizza oven.
And we'll be back, if we're invited, we'll certainly be back for pizza.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you again. Thank you.
Cheers.